I was today's years old when I found out like buying food for other women was cheating. Um,
Oh man.
Give me like welcome to this side. But okay,
You spent money on another woman cheat.
yes, yes, not literally, but
You was finger
what?
popping her at that point. That's how they look at it.
But I don't know if you saw the clip that was going around on Instagram last week about the girl that brought her group of friends to the dinner and expected the guy to pay for it. I don't know if it was a staged video, but there was a clip of a woman out there, right? Arguing with the guy, like, you told me I could come and bring my friends, and you can't pay for my friends. You can't. I'm like, fam, if I'm not fucking any of your friends, why should I have to pay for them? Because my theory and my philosophy is this: if you involve your friends in our business, then you can involve them in the bedroom with us. That's just how I see it. But I mean, I do get why some women would feel a certain way about me paying for your friend. But the bigger question is, why is your friend here in the first place? Because it's not like I invited your friend.
I understand you, but I'm gonna say a statement. It's gonna be the ugly truth.
Okay.
You know why a lot of men don't have chivalry or don't even like try to know what chivalry is? It's too fucking expensive. I keep it real with you.
That's true.
You want me to take out you, your mama, your cousin, your best friends? As long as if you're the only penis there,
You paying. The
you
bill's
paying.
coming to you.
Not with all women. I'm not gonna say with all women, but a lot of women.
Oh,
But
please.
I'm just saying, if most women, I'm putting it out there. A lot of women who
I get my own money. I still want him to pay.
if she do lashes for a living, chivalry is expensive.
That's true. You got a point.
if she get her hair done every week, new nails every week, chivalry is expensive.
Yeah, that's true.
Maintenance is expensive.
I don't like the bitches that travel in flocks. Like, you're not a bird. Like, leave. Why, whenever I call you, you around another bitch? Like, why are you always around your friends?
A lot of
Oh my God, girl, who you on the phone with? Yo, I mean,
And women, laugh with your tongue in your mouth, please.
I'm not gonna. You got that one. I'm not gonna say that.
Oh, did I go too far? Did I go too far?
You hot. You hot right now. Welcome to another episode of
These are the aesthetics.
I go by the name of Cheech, aka I'm not gonna go that far, aka Brunch King, aka Young Exec, man. We back here. Another week, man.
Another week, man. I go by the name of Gary, aka Aiden Gary Trust, aka one of the flyest niggas, aka not my bitch, not my problem.
I like it. I like it. Oh man, I'm glad. I'm glad this shit was created in college, boy. That saved me a lot of money. Oh man. How you feeling, man? How's how's the week been treating you? How's work? How's your mental health?
Oh man, people still
How's
care
your
about
family?
those? How I say this? My week has been like a lot of hurdles, a lot of obstacles,
Roller coaster.
but I can definitely say I did get a lot of rest this weekend, surprisingly. Before I even finish, how are you doing? Because my week continues into the next topic. So
I'm doing okay, man. I'm doing okay. I just need more sleep. I
that.
walked in to get a cut this morning. Bones was like, "Bro, you look like shit, bro. You look like, yeah, I mean, you need some rest. You need to go somewhere, lock yourself in a room for 10 hours." And then I came here, got a shower, feeling good, feeling great. Got my coffee this morning, and you said the same thing. So
You look half dead.
yeah, man. Apparently, it's that visible, man. I need some rest, so I'll try my best to do that, bro. It's just there's certain shit as a man. If you don't handle it, nobody else is gonna do it.
I understand.
So you gotta kind of lace up your boots and get to work, bro.
But if we're being honest, Cheech, I know exactly how you can get more rest. Every time you get invited somewhere, you always go.
Okay, valid.
You always go.
I like the support, but yeah, you right.
And this is how I know Cheech goes everywhere he's invited to. You always see that side chick freaking camera angle on Instagram Look where I'm at, everybody. Casamigo Tuesday.
Hey,
Hey.
you're right. That's a valid point.
You should, man. Yeah. Say no. Just say no.
Just say no. Yep. Say no sometimes.
Say no
Well, we
sometimes.
both have to say no sometimes.
For
no?
sure. For sure. For sure. I definitely should have said no to last weekend.
Oh yeah, for 1,000%. Well, let's get into it.
Let's get into it, man. So, like, I think I told everyone last week that I was gonna go to Rolling Loud. So, yeah, I was there partially.
Okay.
I only went. Rolling Loud is a 3-day event, but I actually only went on that Friday. And I'm gonna tell you why. Cause a lot of people are like, "Oh, Gary, you wasted all that money for what? Oh, you wasted all that time for what? Oh." And let me tell you right now, if you didn't know, festivals are fucking overrated. They're overrated. They're overpriced. And to be honest, festivals are actually pretty promoted too. On top of it, I understand like these places like Rolling Loud as its own like entity has to make all the money, and guarantee they made money.
Of course.
I'm gonna tell you right now, they made money because I did the math. Like, there was at least 200,000 people there, and I think the average is like, let's say average spent is $750 a ticket. I'm pretty sure they made like, sorry everyone, my math is not mathing, but that's like around like, I want to say like 200 million, I think, around there, some shit.
Nah, they made bread. I know that for sure. Because they have to pay.
Sorry if the math not math.
Nah, but they have to pay the artists. They have to pay the concession people, staffing, and I think you have to get a certain amount of police officers and security per groups of people. So trust me, throwing events, you learn that shit.
Exactly.
And it's not cheap.
And we threw our own little event, and even that was a headache in some ways. So with Rolling Loud, I'm gonna give them some props that it was very organized, but I think is that they did not give a fuck about the word capacity.
Of course.
Like I think like the Hard Rock like lot and stadium I think is like 70 to 80,000 people, and it was like recorded I think over 200,000 people were at Rolling Loud. Fam, when I say keep in mind it's Florida, it's July, it is hot as fuck. And keep in mind, we're around a lot of buildings, so there's no breeze. It's literally dry heat. Random fact, but every white boy was there had no shirt on.
Oh, of course. Dirty vans, dirty white
dirty
forces.
forces. Oh my gosh. When I say like dirty foam runners, like fam, have some respect for yourself.
Yep.
Now, one thing that really pissed me off is that everywhere had a line. By the way, if you go in with a bottle of water, they make you leave it at the front. Like fam. Okay. I have to leave my water. To buy water, you have to buy nasty ass spring water. That is $6.
Yep.
Every food you want, you know I love my tenders and fries.
Yes.
$20.
Yes, Gary. We know you love your tenders and fries.
Bro, $20. I didn't even order it, but I saw oxtail $35.
Oh yeah, they got me fucked up.
I saw white people in the back, but I'm not gonna say anything else.
By the way, Gary got a gripe with going to food spots, certain traditional food spots and restaurants, and seeing people from the opposite culture working there. Like,
Yes.
for example, to paint the picture perfect for y'all, if I go to a Haitian restaurant, I would not want an Australian lady making the food. That, just to paint you the picture.
And even another example, when I go to, I don't want to see Haitians working there.
True.
Can we see where's the?
All right.
You know, I might have to bleep that one.
All right.
Oh, God, let me
Shout
calm
out to
down.
all the people that watches
Stop
the show.
saying their name. I gotta bleep it. Anyway. Okay.
All right, man.
Okay. Back on schedule. So the straw that broke the camel's back was the fact that there's multiple straws that broke the camel's back. By the way, if you want to see the artist, you actually have a better view of them the further you go. You can't see their face. You just see like a little ant moving across stage. I literally only saw 3 people. It was Lil Yachty, it was Don Toliver, and the beginning of Playboy Cardi's set. By the way, I already knew the vibe was fucked up because as we approached there, a broken Sprinter van, like a crashed Sprinter van was there right in front of us. It was Lil Yachty's Sprinter van. And fam, and the most fucked up shit about it, bro, no bathrooms. I paid over $500 to use a porta potty. Oh, there's some bathrooms inside, but those are for the $1,000 VIP bathrooms in the stadium that I can't use. So I know I sound bougie as fuck, but I just generally didn't have a lot of time. I didn't have a good time at all. That's just me. Festivals overrated. Fuck festivals. You can catch me at a concert though, for sure.
Okay. Okay. Well, to piggyback off Rolling Loud, your man Cudi was there. We saw, well, allegedly he was paid to be there by Rolling Loud to replace Kanye as a headliner, but we already know how Kanye crowd give it up. We already know about the tension that exists between Kanye and Cudi. And, you know, him being on stage, obviously he already got paid to be there. And the fact that he's on stage, he already got his back end money. And plus, you know, they have clauses in their contract. If I show up, I still get paid. If I took the trip, you have to cover the expenses. And yeah, man, your man was on stage. You know what I mean? And people were booing, throwing shit at him. I don't know from the video, from the angle of the video that I saw, I'm not sure whether people were upset that they wanted to see Kanye or the performance or the music aspect was bad.
It was strictly Kanye.
Okay, cool. Because I wasn't there. I didn't hear him singing. I didn't hear him performing. But I know he's not known to be a bad performer. So it's like I was very shocked to see the reaction of those people. You know.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
And I want to say it's just Kanye was on some dickhead shit. It's like no ifs, ands about it. Everyone knows I'm a Kanye fan, but I call it how I see it. Kanye was on some dickhead shit. So let me tell you how much of a dickhead Kanye was acting. I know it sounds harsh, but whatever. I call it how I see it. Kid Cudi was performing, gets booed off stage. First of all, Kanye cancels like 4 or 5 days before the actual concert.
Okay.
Cudi goes, obviously, Cudi and Kanye having their beef, whatever, so their dickhead fans are gonna like throw shit at Cudi. Cudi walks off. So that's a whole set ruined for no reason.
Of course.
Meanwhile, Lil Durk is actually performing the same time as Cudi. Bro, Kanye comes out the same fucking night and performs Father Stretch My Hands. The chorus has Cudi on it. How much of a dickhead can you be? How much of an asshole can you be?
You know, but we know Kanye is petty, man. But on top of that, to me, this is my thing. I feel like Kanye makes crazy moves, but everything is calculated. I feel like Kanye is on some shit right now. Like, I want to meet with I want to meet the owner of every company I work with. I want equity here. I want a percentage. You feel me? Like, niggas are not ready to have certain conversations with Kanye. And if he does not have certain freedoms wherever he goes, you know, he's on some bad bitch shit. Like, all right, cool. I wanted to be the headliner, but I also want to bring Travis Scott. I want to bring this. I want to bring that. I feel like his demands weren't met, so he was salty about it, and he pulled a move. Because like I said you can't be there, but then you there on somebody else's time, and it's like you didn't promote it. You didn't say you got a surprise for the fans. And if you're gonna say Kanye did a dickhead move, Cudi did a dickhead move too. Not Cudi, Lil Durk, because he knew Kanye was gonna be there.
And actually,
he had that in the tuck.
I'm gonna get to that. So I personally think that actually goes into like this topic can fall into this topic too. I feel like we kind of overvalue artists in a certain way. Because like honestly, Rolling Loud, have some fucking balls. If you see this man did you dirty, don't allow him on the premise.
He's too valuable. He's too valuable.
I know he's fucking Kanye West, but fam, if he literally fucked you over, you know how much of a freaking little ass simp you look? It's like, hey, I know you freaking fucked me over, you cheated on me, but can you please come on and just perform like 2 songs for me, please?
What's the percentage of having nothing? Think about it. Do you want Kanye to do a guest set, or do you want Kanye to not show up at all?
I'm gonna tell you from the person who actually paid a ticket to see Kanye. Look how of an asshole move this is. A lot of people paid to go see Kanye West just for this nigga to perform for free.
He's not pressed about the money.
He's pressed about the money. It's about the fans, the audience.
I understand what you're saying, but again, I feel like behind the scenes, Kanye is fighting for shit that we don't understand, and Kanye is having certain conversations. And I'm not defending Kanye. I'm just saying, like, sometimes it's about the principle. You feel me? So sometimes I feel like if my time is not valued here, then sometimes I gotta show you what you're missing out on. Because you got an empty stage. You got people pissed off on one stage, and people are lit over here. So you could kind of be like, oh, okay, cool. Even if I came here and do a 2-second set, it's successful. So I think Kanye is at a point where it's like I've proven myself over and over and over again, and I built my core fan base, and I built this business model that works. Don't play with me, and I feel him on some weird like boss-headed shit, like on some weird creator shit. I feel him.
I think that Rolling Loud. I honestly, Kid Cudi's in his right to sue freaking Rolling Loud for damn near defamation.
He's getting paid. He's gonna get his bag and move on.
Bro, it's.
But Kid Cudi was not supposed to be there in the first place.
He wasn't supposed to be there, and here's the shit that actually pissed. I'm glad you reminded me that he wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. So Rolling Loud, I think, put out a statement saying that, oh, we will not bring Travis Scott to Rolling Loud because of the shit that happened at Astroworld Fest. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, the next day, this motherfucking Travis Scott is performing for a good 5 to 10 minutes straight. And it was definitely scheduled because Chase B was DJing.
Of course. Bro, all this shit is planned out, bro. Like, they have too many artists on their roster to not have all those contractual shit out the way early. Like, they knew Travis Scott. I'm not saying they knew Travis Scott was going to perform 6 months ago, but they know within the month Travis Scott was going to be there. They know if I invite you, you're going to bring your friends out. It's just anybody on tour. You see that in every city they go to. They bring somebody else out. So, again, I think these artists are way too big for a contract, understanding, a meeting, or anything to not have happened to let you know. It's just they're secretive like that. You feel me? When you move shady, it's going to show. And, it's again, who suffers? The fans.
The fans, of course. So. At the end, man, like, I'm not a fan of festivals, and to be honest, Rolling Loud, for me at least, I don't know if it's because I know my value too much as a human being, but the festival felt like it just was an inhumane, like, space.
Okay. I've never been, so I don't know how that feels, but...
And some people could say, like, maybe I actually went with, like, if I went with different people, maybe I had a different outcome.
I was going to say that. Yeah. Sometimes the festivals don't feel as fun because you either go with the wrong people.
I'm not on the right drugs.
You're not on the right drugs. Another good one is you don't have the fun women around. Another one could also be it's the level that you at. If you're a manager, you watching from side stage or you're on stage with the artist. I think your level of access too, like, reflects on the type of time that you have. Because if you part of Lil Durk's entourage, you're on stage, you backstage, it's like it's a whole different experience.
See, if I'm really cutting myself some slack, is that I'm a big advocate for saying, like, you get what you pay for.
Of course.
Because even though general admission is like the lowest tier of all the tiers, but fam, I spent $500.
Of course.
$500 can get you a really nice Airbnb.
Bro, $500.
You see the difference?
With anything else, could have got you your concert ticket, a hotel room, and a rental. and I mean, like bro. I mean, I think that's
you should 2 gallery department T-shirts.
Yeah, shit, $500, boy.
5 bake T-shirts.
You go to DR, man.
You having a blast. First audacity has to think of DR. The first place to come to your mind.
Shit, Colombia, Costa Rica, man.
Puerto Rico.
You the king. You the king of the town. For $500, I get you, your sister, your mom.
She said Puerto Rico. If you go to Kansas for $500, you up.
You go.
Wait, what ESCG said? Shit, I'm a villain in my city. I'm a ball forever.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, man. All right, well, let's get into the Fire or Cap segment of the show, which is our fashion segment. We typically talk about or highlight things that are going in the fashion world, things we fucking with, things that we see, things that, we plan on buying or have bought, or just any fashion news, period. It could be just news itself. So what do we have for this week?
And before I even say, like, what we have, like, what's something we always forget to do every week, I actually just picked up on this, is that we actually never announced that this is Fire or Cap, the segment that we were talking about. That's true. We should definitely start doing that. Yeah.
But I think we do it more so they could decide if it's Fire or Cap.
I know, but
but we can give our opinion.
Give it our opinion at the end of the day.
Okay.
So Kanye was on some more nut shit, more dickhead shit. This man comes out with, like, Yeezy. The Yeezy Gap line is actually starting to be sold in, like, different cities now. But it's being sold in a very obscure, unusual way. So like these like Yeezy Gap Vans. By the way, it's filled with like hoodies, sweatpants. Pretty much you're looking like an expensive homeless person.
Mm-hmm.
So by the way, this shit ain't cheap either because powered by Balenciaga at the end of the day. So there's like multiple vans that come to like an abandoned parking lot, and then there's dumpsters, and then like the clothes in the vans that get dumped in the dumpsters, and now customers have to go through the dumpster to pick out a piece that they want.
It's a little weird.
A little, nigga, it's hella odd.
Because we look like homeless people fighting over homeless clothes.
You're fighting over homeless clothes in dumpsters.
Yeah, that's a little.
That's how freaking powerful this nigga is, bro. So,
But again, I don't think Kanye, as weird as he is sometimes, I don't think he came up with that by himself.
nah, probably.
Because I remember a few years ago, Clark Kent was on some shit like that. Like he'll just put a pair of shoes. Like I think he was on tour, and he would leave a pair of shoes. He would take a picture of where he left the shoe.
Yeah.
And if you knew where that was in the city, the shoe was yours. And that nigga was giving away heat. You feel me?
Yeah.
So artists be on some dumb shit like that. I don't know.
I call cap.
I don't.
You got to pick one. Fire cap.
I think that's cap. I don't think you know the clout that you have, and I think you are aware of your influence. I don't think you should put a lot of people's safety, and I don't think you should play with people's safety like that, because a lot of people fighting over a hoodie in a dumpster, like people can get hurt, fights could start. You feel me? It's an empty parking lot. Like, you feel me? What if somebody gets hurt? How long is an ambulance gonna take to get here? Do you have security? I have so many questions on just the security aspect of that drop.
What if someone falls in the dumpster?
And plus, what just happened? What happened to a regular pop-up? Like, yo, just get a tent, fam. I don't mind the empty parking lot. Get a tent. Put the clothes on hangers and shit. First come, first serve. Whatever happened to that?
I don't know. Kanye gotta do everything different.
Yeah,
you gotta remember, this is the same nigga that had freaking tanks rolling around Chicago dropping off Yeezys.
Yeah, yeah, that's.
I respect it on a creative like point, but at the end of the day, we all look crazy doing this shit.
Some ideas should just stay in the boardroom. Like,
yes.
Not everything needs to be executed, because, like I said, you are too powerful to be playing with that many people's lives. You feel me? And the last thing we need is another asteroid incident attached to you, because you too busy doing other shit. You feel me? So
yeah, and there's other shit, like there's like, you have like a concept store. That's exactly what it's like, a concept store. Like, for example, Dave's Quality Meats. Pause. I know that sounds crazy today, but it was like a concept sneaker store. Even though on the outside it looks like a butcher shop, but when you go inside, it's actually selling like heat clothes and sneakers. I guess that's just Kanye's new wave form of like his concept on how he wants to sell his clothing. It's unique but cap at the same time. I'll give him that.
But fam, these are valuable items. People are flipping these items. People are starting stores because of your products. I think you should have a little bit more of, a little bit more consideration, a little bit more care with your ideas.
And I personally think a lot of this shit looks too oversized.
It's not for me. But then again, I could argue that because I
wear XL t-shirts, bro.
Because I don't care to invest in that or buy it. Maybe I don't know. It's all hype, but I think that's cap. Yeah. That's cap. The execution is cap. The idea is dope, but you need more things attached to that for me to think that's fly.
So
yeah.
The last part of the fire cap segment is still in Kanye news. National Yeezy Day. Well, it's not a national, but like Yeezy Day is coming up on August 1st and August 2nd. Basically, Yeezy Day is pretty much a day where all the sold out Yeezys basically restock like throughout the day, and well, apparently not onto the next day as well. I'm actually going to call this cap because last Yeezy Day was completely horrendous. I think they did everything on Yeezy Supply. I don't know if they did everything on some on Adidas, but they did everything on Yeezy Supply. And all my people know who go on the actual website Yeezy Supply, it's nothing but like the bots taking over that shit.
Oh, of course.
Like literally, like you have no chance, and you're wasting your whole day trying to buy like a size 5 freaking like $350. So I call cap. But what's your take on that?
I don't know. I think we talked about this with Nike. I think we need a better system to sell products, especially shoes, because the market got there's an influx. Too many people are buying sneakers that are not sneakerheads, and I think sneakers became a business more than a passion or just an addiction. that now people are just like I have a store, nigga. I gotta feed my family. So to you, this is a cool shoe for you to buy. But to me, like if I have 20 of these, my rent is covered. Like my employees are paid. So I don't know. And I think we need a better system. And I think Yeezy is too successful to not have his own store. That's another conversation. Why don't you have? I think it's in the works, but do a pop up, nigga. First come, first serve. What happened to the first come, first serve? Right? I mean, that's what I went through, like getting into sneakers at a young age at all the malls. Like first come, first serve. This drop, there was no raffles. There's none of that.
I actually thought about it the other day. Like, why do some people like they don't get in in not financial trouble, but why is it not considered using a bot like considered breaking the law at this point? And the reason why I actually thought like why people can't go to jail for using bots because they're like there's one person grabbing up 20 pairs because that happens in real life. Because there's actually resellers who bring their freaking family, their cousins, their best friends to come and buy all these pairs for them. So it's like we never arrest that guy. So why arrest a dude that's online that's actually not even like physically harming anybody, even though it's technically a white collar crime.
That's what it is. And you can't put a face to it. So you don't know who's doing it. So it's like
back in the day, it was actually harder because man, we ain't selling nothing to that dude.
I mean, what you gonna trace a link? Like you get what I'm saying? We're gonna spend money on resources to put a face behind a paywall, like or just I don't know. It's getting to the point like I'm at a point personally where if I don't get it, all right. If I don't go to an event, a sneaker event, sneaker con, and if I can't buy it for maybe $100 more, I don't want it. It's not meant to be. I don't got time for all them games anymore. Like
I don't think the government looks at those bots and resellers like he's a law-abiding citizen. He's not stealing the sneakers. He's actually paying more money for the sneakers.
Yeah, or he's buying them.
That's how the government sees it.
Yeah, it's true. Well, let's get into sports a little bit.
Oh yeah. So basically, everyone's still talking about like Kevin Durant could possibly leave the Brooklyn Nets. So there's like every team is trying to like throw all these offers to the Brooklyn Nets because Brooklyn, as you guys know, Brooklyn is not letting KD walk for nothing. Even though the deal is kind of like weird because this man has a 4-year contract with this team. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, he still doesn't have to leave. But if Kevin Durant is still on the team, it's gonna fuck up like the energy of the team,
the chemistry and all.
The chemistry. Yep. So I feel like all the players are gonna be like, "Fam, why are we drawing a place for this nigga? He don't want to be here."
Yeah.
So Brooklyn is pretty much obligated on letting this nigga leave. So one team now that's actually been killing it this past offseason, they picked up 2 big people. So the Celtics picked up Malcolm Brogdon and Gallinari. So that was pretty much their only 2 missing pieces on like some people say like why they didn't win the championship. Yeah. I still think that's cap, but the Celtics is a good team, but come on, like Steph was like on a roll. Yeah. Let's leave it at that.
And you lost fair and square. Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
Good games, good couple of games. It's just the better team won.
So obviously everyone was like being scared of the Celtics. Oh damn, they got 2 extra nice dudes. This team is pretty much set for a championship. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, Brooklyn is like, hey, we don't want to mind giving you KD. Here's the issue with the Celtics now. It's fucking Kevin Durant. No matter who you have at the end of the day, how many chances do you get to have to get the best player, arguably the best player in the world? One of the arguably best offensive players in the world.
Okay, cool.
Let's put it out there.
Yeah, we can't say the best.
The best, like arguably.
One of the best.
One of the best, fine. So here's the issue now. So the Celtics are looking around and saying, do you know what? We can give y'all a package for Jaylen Brown again. So the issue with Jaylen Brown now is that Jaylen Brown is an amazing basketball player. He's pretty much, I look at him up there with Jason Tatum. That's just my personal opinion. So here's the reactions of the team of like KD possibly going to the Celtics. Jason Tatum says, you know what? I love my team regardless. Jaylen Brown says SMH.
Yeah, because I feel him. Because honestly, bro, if my name comes up in every possible trade talk, I'm gonna feel some type of way because it's like
This is the
now
second
I feel
time
like-
his name got brought up.
Yeah, I feel like now I'm a target. Like if you don't want me here, get rid of me, but don't try to get a package. Like I don't know. I'm gonna start feeling like a fucking slave. Like do you want me here or you don't? If you don't, then let me go. But
Yeah.
every little hiccup or whenever like your interest gets in the way, now all of a sudden like you feel me? Because imagine, bro, you gotta understand. Like I know a lot of casual sports fans don't think about this, but fam, if if I gotta play for the Celtics, I gotta move to Boston. Like I gotta
Racist ass Boston,
yeah,
probably.
racist ass Boston. To play for a team, I gotta move my family there. I gotta get a place there. My whole life and my schedule gotta revolve around that city. I gotta get cool with the people, with the establishment, with you feel me, with the team, with the company,
And
with
it
the
fucks
people.
up the chemistry of the team too if KD goes over there.
Yeah, so it's like to Jaylen Brown, it might look like, all right, first y'all brought Kyrie here. And obviously we saw how that played out. And now y'all wanna kind of bring somebody off the same ilk that, you know, these are independent thinkers. They're divas in the basketball world. Like they want to do things on their own accord. They have their own feelings. Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, man. I think Celtics should just stick to what they got, build with the people that they have, because they have a great team. They just got to work harder.
So that's exactly how I was thinking as I did more research. There's been a lot of different opinions about this. So some people are saying like Jaylen Brown shouldn't be so offended because like, bro, if you're like literally in the trade and like you're potentially good enough to be traded for Kevin Durant, that should be like, bro, you should be honored by that. But like, fam, like,
Yeah, but my life is already here. Like I'm
Bro.
happy here.
And
And why would I want to leave?
And it's not even that. Like, that's like this is how I look at it. That's like every time like my girl is around Drake, she's like, you know what? I don't mind trading you for Drake, but some people are like, bro, Drake took your bitch. You should be happy. But at the end of the day, my bitch still got taken. Bro.
That's true. Man, and another thing you gotta understand, like, I just fought for us. Like I was just in the, you know what I mean? We was just in the finals going crazy. Like, you know, my name was in the news. Like I don't know. I have pain equity here. I have blood, sweat, and tears here. I don't want my name to be involved in that type of shit. Especially when, you know, I went to war with these guys. I love my team. Like, we built a solid foundation. I'm starting to get cool with some of these guys. We going out together to dinner. Like, you feel me? Like, you don't want certain relationships that you build. It's just if you see any signs that, you know, that could be pulled away from you, you're going to feel some type of way, just like anything in life.
And like the last thing I'm gonna say is like one take that really stuck in my mind is like the city of Boston, like the culture. It's like literally the Boston Celtics is two of the biggest teams in the league. It's the Celtics and the Lakers. The Celtics are known for what? Winning championships. They're not into the we're building teams. We're going to like wait and like try to get the best team. No, we want to win now. So Kevin Durant,
they collect the best pieces and
exactly.
try
So
to
Kevin
win.
Durant fits that narrative perfectly at the end of the day. So I wish
But
they don't split the team
this is
up.
the last thing I'm gonna say before we leave. What makes us think that he's in the business of winning championships? And Kevin Durant, I don't like. Okay, there's a lot of players.
He wants to win. He's 34 years old. He definitely wants to win.
I understand. Maybe he got his one. He's happy with that. This is the thing that we don't analyze as casual fans or just basketball fans. Like somebody like James Harden. We see how he lives. We see the type of people he's surrounded by. John Wall. We see how these niggas give it up. Fam, I came from the hood. I'm making millions of dollars. I get to fuck all the bitches that I want, drive any car that I want, put my niggas on, change my family's life, travel anywhere around the world that I want. You think I give a fuck about a ring? Yes, I get it. Like, it puts me in the rankings of some of the best of all times. But guess what? To some niggas, just being in that position to change their lives and their family's course of history, that's the win for them. Like, we have to start getting into asking these players what do they actually want. Because, like I said, some niggas are not in the NBA to win championships. They're there for the glam and the glory. Like, some niggas want to have a good season.
I sorry to go this route, but that's when I blame slavery for this shit. Because white people fight for power. they fight to win.
Yeah.
Black people, we just fight for the bag. You see the difference?
Of course, I get it, but again, that's systematically what it is. Like we've been
that's what it
oppressed.
is.
We've been oppressed for a long time. So when we get that nick or cranny to just go through, when we find a loophole in the system, we abuse it. That's just what it is. Like I said, like fam, I ain't gonna hold you. If I'm in KD's position, like the stats are there, and I'm regarded as one of the best, that's enough for me. People could go back and see my highlights, and you see the stats that I put up. Yes, I understand. Like it gets looked down upon as a player that never got a ring, but Allen Iverson is still Allen Iverson when his name comes up.
I understand.
It's unfortunate that he never got a ring because of his personality and how he carried himself, but that's what kept him famous. That's what made him who he is. So with a lot of these players, like they're regular people with a job to do. Just like you can go to your job, do your job, get paid, and go home, these niggas could feel the exact same way. Not everybody at your job wants to be a manager. Not everybody wants to run the company. Some people are doing shit for the bag, and we have to be understanding of that.
I have a lot more to say this because, like, KD is on a contract. He doesn't really have to leave if he doesn't want to. I can go on a full-on rant, but we got to keep...
Yeah, we got to keep the ball rolling.
Got to keep the ball rolling.
All right.
We can talk about that shit for a while.
Yeah, for sure. That's sports for you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so like you guys know, me and Gary got different lifestyles, right? Yeah. And something that I've been looking out here, I don't know if you noticed, Gary, the landscape and just dating at our age is different. Like I find it funny because it's like a lot of shit that we said we wouldn't put up with in high school. That's what we're doing now. I remember the girls in high school. I mean, I never sucked dick, and now you got OnlyFans. You feel me? It's crazy. You feel me?
I never thought I'd wake up early to go to work, but look where I'm at now.
You're doing it now. You feel me? So I think it's funny how your needs and your wants change over time, and meeting people nowadays, it's like. It's so weird that you have to ask the right questions, courting people, dating people, getting involved with people, whether it's a business relationship, romantic relationship, or a friendship. So I try to think about certain questions you got to ask when you first meet somebody, especially to get involved with romantically. And one of the ones that I predominantly ask, you know how women always ask about your zodiac sign, typically? I think my question now when I first meet a girl or I just meet somebody new is, what type of time are you on? What type of time are you on? Because I feel like it saves you trouble, it saves you the headache, and it saves you the time equity. Meaning, like, if you 35 as a woman, right, and you are looking for a man to settle down with because your body is going through certain transformation and you want a baby by a certain age and, you just want your life, the rest of your life to go a certain way. Your priorities and your taste in men is different. Versus if you're a 21-year-old, you feel me? You might have different priorities and different things that you chase after. Like, in your opinion, like my go-to question is, what type of time are you on? If you were dating, right, hypothetically speaking, nowadays in this current stage, what's a question that you would ask the opposite sex?
What's your name?
Okay.
You know why that's an important question?
Yes.
Because a lot of people call each other by their Instagram names. You know how common that is?
That is very weird, yes.
Like, oh, hey, Mimi, hey, Coco, what's up, Coco, freaking, I had a... I had a name. I had a name, but hey, I gotta save myself.
Woo! I think I know who you was gonna say too. That's crazy.
So, but as far as I know, that sounds good on paper. Like, if you want to ask a girl like what type of time you on, they probably already have that answer in the tuck. Because let's be honest, I had this conversation with my own girlfriend that I've been together for 5 years. She even told me when you meet a woman on the first date, you don't meet the real person. You meet the representative of that person.
Of course, because they're being the best version of themselves at that very moment.
On me and Gael's first date, all she ordered was a strawberry lemonade that she didn't finish. I still remember that shit.
God damn. Niggas out for $2.
It's non-refillable.
I feel you. You should have just asked for like
not
a
even
to-go
that.
cup.
Exactly.
Yeah, you a different type of nigga, bro.
She got a non-refillable strawberry lemonade,
God.
and then a five boneless wings by itself. And she only ate 2 of those wings, and she had her
She was
hands
trying to look cute,
trying to look cute. Meanwhile, I had my meal over here. Nowadays, she's eating her food and eating some of mine.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's called love.
Another good question that I feel like if you out here dating or just going through the motions out here with these women or these thugs, I would say, yo, what do you do? What do you do?
What do you do?
I think that's such an important question that
Exactly.
people skip because you gotta understand. A lot of people are glorified executives. What I mean by that is, bitch, you can't just apply for an LLC and think you're a boss. Where is your shop? Where is your business? What is your business model? What do you do? Is it legit? Do you have clientele? Do you have a storefront? It's just everybody now want to be known for something, and everybody is fighting for the title. And I don't think nobody nowadays people have a title. They don't have an occupation.
I gotta ask you a question.
Yes.
So what do you think is more sketchy? If you ask someone what do you do and they say entrepreneur, who is that more sketchy from? A woman or a man?
A woman.
Women don't say I'm an entrepreneur.
Because if you say I'm an independent contractor, bitch, you could be doing OnlyFans for all I care. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's very
Sanitation
important.
engineer, you a janitor.
I think if you are dating, you should ask, what do you do? Because I feel like based on what you do, and not on some judgy shit, but I'm gonna see if I could build with you. Like, are you the type of person I could come to invest in a product or to do something? Are you the type of person that I could take trips with? Are you the type of person that's going to have the flexibility if you have, can you have time off? You get what I'm saying? Can you afford to take me out and shit like that? You get what I'm saying? I think those are very important questions. And I think the first was what? What type of time you on and what do you do?
Yeah.
I think the third question I ask is, do you have any kids? Because you got to understand, with kids come complications. With kids come with fucked up situations and crazy baby daddies.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna ask that on the first date. Probably second date. On the second date.
Listen, I'm not ever asking about, shit like that on the first date. You feel me? Maybe 1 out of the 3. Mm-hmm. But I think that's a valuable question. Because it's like, fam, I'm sorry. If you have 4 kids before you're 25, we need to have a conversation.
And like I'm at the age now, like say if you're single and you're talking to a girl and you're on the first date, if you have a one night stand, say if like you're like not even our age, say if you're like 30, there's a girl that you were probably genuinely attracted to and you think there is more to her. Are you like still excited about having a one night stand that night, or are you sad?
It depends on how much I like you. If I really like you,
like, damn, you giving it up like that.
If I really like you,
we almost at that age where we got to think about shit like that.
Shit. If I like you and you let me hit on the first night, I ain't gonna hold you. In the moment, I'm gonna be excited.
You gonna be excited?
I'm gonna be happy. But the next day, I'm gonna be like, damn, blood.
What happened to the gang?
What happened to the gang, blood? Damn, that's a good one.
Those are questions we have to start asking each other. Like, and even I always want to ask someone.
And you know what?
Question.
You know what the flip side is? You could really have a one night stand with somebody and actually find love after, and you guys have an amazing relationship. But that percentage is so low that it's just crazy, bro. And if I beat the first night,
you have to ask yourself like, damn, I really thought I had one for a second. Damn.
Because sometimes as guys, I know it's toxic, but we like to work for it. We like to go through the trials and tribulations because, now you feel like you earned something. You feel me? But when I get it, when you giving it up.
You giving it up. When you wasn't giving up at all.
Damn.
Incredible. And a question I always wanted to ask a woman is that, like, how do you know this is going to be a one-night stand or not?
They know.
I wanted to, but how do they know?
Well, they blame shit for it. They lost their card. They can't get an Uber.
You think they're gonna say some dumb shit?
They've been drinking too much.
Oh, I liked his car. It was cool.
Yeah, I liked them.
He had a nice chain.
Your chain was nice.
Cologne.
You had a nice car. you lived in a good neighborhood, a safe neighborhood. You weren't too far away from her job the next day. There's a lot of excuses women will give
You
versus
should.
saying like I was in the moment, I was feeling him, he was feeling me, and we fucked. I mean, but
You should.
no judgments there. I love y'all too.
What else we got?
I guess the next thing that well, we already covered that. All right, cool. So there's a debate that I saw online, right? Um, on the scientific side, that there's a study that showed depression is caused by chemical imbalance in your brain. But some people on the other side of that say that depression is something that is triggered by stress in your life.
Yeah.
Where do you stand?
Trigger. I mean, well, stress. I mean, depression is definitely caused by like stress in your life for sure.
Okay.
That's just how I feel.
Because that's where I am with it. Because I feel like if you got a lot going on, depending on the type of person you are, your methods and the ways you cope with problems, you might shut off from the world, and that's what would lead you to be depressed. But there's so many types of depression that I remember I told somebody, hey, I've never been depressed. They're like, oh, there's so many ways you could be depressed. Like depression is not the stereotypical way that you think about it, which is like, oh, I lock myself in a room and I don't want to come out. Like you could be going to work every day, being there for your family and your friends, and you're still depressed. You feel me? So
Yeah.
I don't know. As somebody that has dealt with that or came close to that, is there any characteristics or traits that you could talk about that a depressed person shows, or any early signs, or any I don't know, or any ways to prevent anybody from feeling like that?
Well, someone that I know closely, or someone that you weren't as close to, but they just decided to be you're friends with, or like someone that's your best
Give
friend.
me both.
I think like you can tell someone's depressed like if you were cool with them but they didn't really like start to like hit you up like that as much. You can tell like oh they're probably going through something, but it's not something you ask about. It's like oh they're just probably just want an extra company, pretty much. And I think someone that's like you're with like every day type shit, or you hear from them every day, how you know they're depressed is that you stop hearing from them like that. That's the quickest way. Is when they start to like avoid certain shit. That's really the quickest way for me.
Okay, so but how, as a guy, right? Because that's something I had issues on. Why I dealt with. That's something it was hard for me to deal with because I didn't know how to read the signs. And plus, as a guy, you program to think like, oh, okay, like I don't hear from this girl for 2 days. Like she fucking somebody else, so she's not fucking with me. You feel me? Let's say you have interest in someone and they go ghost for a week. How do you
Yeah.
feel? How would you feel?
Well, first she's fucking someone else. If I'm being 100% honest, she's being. But if I feel like she's really going through something, if she's not posting at all, like she just went completely AWOL,
Okay.
pretty much. But like, well, fellas, if she ghosted you and she still posts on social media, she got over you.
True. Because to me, the way I deal with things is I don't want to come off as insensitive when I say this, is I understand people go through things, but I feel like you still have to exercise your right as an adult. You still have a responsibility as an adult to communicate. You feel me? I put a lot of emphasis on communication because I feel like, okay, cool, you going through a lot. If you communicate, then okay, cool, I understand. Like niggas go through shit, and at least give me the option to know and to understand or to feel empathetic. But when that option does not exist, you just disappear at the blue. How do you expect me to feel? You feel me? Because I'm solution based in a sense. So the way I'm looking at it, like if you tell me how I can be there and the things that I could do or can't do, then I'll respect that. But when I don't have any options, like I feel like you taking some of my powers away as a man. Because now I can't not control anything, but my input is not valuable. Does that make any sense?
It does. What I would say, like, as far as like, well, two things. Like, one, I can pick up on just someone's depression quickly because I don't know why. I think it's because I'm a mama's boy. Because I'm so connected to my mother. It's just I can sense like a different change of energy and feelings very quickly.
Okay.
I don't know. That's one thing. And with men, I would say like, especially us black men, I wouldn't say black men obviously do have like their depressed moments, but I would say that most black men would just consider going through something at the end of the day. Because you can tell when someone's just naturally just going through something. It couldn't even be for a long period of time. It's just like, yeah, I'm just on some different shit right now.
That's true.
Like we got some homies that like who probably not in the group chat as much, or they just like their mind is on something else. That's really what it is. Just send
Yeah,
it. Just
but I don't think we read that the same with our homeboys as we do with women. Because I think with women we're just more inclined to ask the questions. Because with our homeboys, like, okay, he's probably working a lot. You feel me? Like we make excuses in our heads on why they don't communicate versus like let's say you don't hear from me or I don't hear from you. You automatically gonna think like, oh, Cheech is working. Because 9 times out of 10 I'm at work. Versus like your girl, it's like, oh nah, let me call, let me text, let me go over.
Yeah, with the girl, you're gonna know like very instantly. Because if you communicate with like the person at a certain rate and it goes like dwindles down a little bit, you're gonna know for sure. But one thing I'm gonna say out there, you know when a man is going through something if he only posts on his close friends. All his posts on his stories are close friends. He is going through something.
That's true. Okay.
That's how you know.
And a lot of you niggas, I see you out there.
Exactly.
Y'all not slick. Some of y'all fucking through the pain too.
You should.
Whatever.
And a lot of those posts be like the black screens with the white lettering. Very
yeah,
you're going through something.
Very generic. Like, all right.
Hashtag pain. Period.
Yeah, that's it. I guess the last thing I want to talk about is something that men don't really address. Something like I kind of want to steer this pod into like being very transparent in a sense on the things that we feel and things that we go through as men, right? So one of the things that I thought about and I wanted to ask you was, when was the last time that you questioned yourself? And if you remember, what exactly triggered it? If you could think.
For some reason, I actually thought about this not too long ago.
Question yourself, your ability, your character as a man. It could be anything. Like, when was the last time you're like, maybe I'm not that nigga, or maybe I'm not built to be a family man. Maybe I might not be father material. Like, when was the last time you questioned a quality or a personality trait or just yourself overall?
I think the last time I questioned myself was honestly about like my sneaker channel. And I actually thought about this like long and hard too. Is like, damn, like I just said to myself, like, I've been doing like YouTube like on my own personal side for like over 10 years and I never got $1 for it. Like, I value myself high, but like, why am I not valued anywhere? Like, to a point where I should get paid for like my craft. I think I make like solid material,
of course,
on my own channel. But I'm like, damn, how come I never been monetized? How come I never got $1 for any of like the content I put out? And that's just one thing. It doesn't like depress me, but it's just something that kind of like dwindles in my head sometimes. Like, damn, am I not worthy? Am I not a fly nigga? Then again, it's like, am I not with the gimmicks to become monetized? Or even like at this point, I'm like, does being monetized mean something else that maybe I'm not just looking into anymore? Give me a lot of things.
I think with that situation, if you want me to be completely transparent with you, I think you just changed over time, because I've watched you changed. Because like from the guy that started it as a kid, you just wanted sneakers. It was a challenge to get new sneakers to talk about them because you wanted to stunt. Then we got to college. It was more so like, oh no, I do this and I'm good at uploading and evolving the content, and I have something to offer. Versus a few years ago, it got to like, okay, cool, like, what are we doing now? If this doesn't make sense, if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. So I feel like, over time, like your views and your just, what you want changes. There's a difference between what you want and what you need. And I feel like sometimes there's nothing that happened by accident. I feel like sometimes when God closes a door, something else comes in the picture. Now your new pastime is the pod now. You feel me? I feel like if you didn't go through that journey and learn how to edit and go through all those steps,
wouldn't be here.
We wouldn't be here doing this. You feel me? And maybe that's the next step to your next step. You feel me? Because sometimes we don't know if we the stepping stone. We going through that stepping stone stage. Stepping stool, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Stepping stool stage where it's like, I'm doing this to get to that. I think life is about the chase of freedom and leverage. You feel me? And that's why I love the show Power so much, because we watch the character James St. Patrick come from this guy that had control over his family, his drug business, his club, his marriage, to the guy that started losing things piece by piece. At first, you cheated on your wife. You feel me? And then your kids never respected you. Then your partner started tripping over the business side. Then you started doing politics that got shady. You get what I'm saying? Then you went to prison. It's just you lost control over things that you valued or things that you controlled as a man, and it's like you take that hit or whatever. But yeah, I think that's what
I
it is.
even so funny. I thought about this too. Another thing I thought about, like how I question myself, is for some reason I'm like, would I be offended if someone called me a content creator? And then I thought about it, and I'm like, I think I would be, because I create because like everything I do, I create in real life and I create on social media as well. Like if someone says, "Oh, like you guys, you're a YouTube guy." No, you hear my voice on Google, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You hear my voice on like different streams of everything, TikTok. But like as far as a creator, but we created our own freaking live show. Like even though I know like I was against it at first, but we kind of like needed it
We
in a
did.
sense,
We
for
did.
sure.
We did.
It took me a while to see it, but like we did, and that's just one thing. I just don't classify myself as just a content creator. I just consider myself a creator as well.
Yeah. For me, I think the last time I questioned myself was, you know, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, when I took a break from school. I'm like, okay, cool. So you're taking a break from school. You're not finishing up to get your degree. What are you gonna do now? And your next idea, your next step gotta work, because it's like, this is supposed to be the shit you fall back on. This is the security. You stepping away from the security to do something risky. Like, are you as smart as you think you are? As slick as you think you are? Do you have the work ethic? Do you have the discipline to do this? And I don't know. I feel like for the first time of my life, I wanted the freedom to choose for me. You get what I'm saying? Because everything else I've been doing was, oh, I want to be the first to do it in my family. I want to be, you feel me? Because I was so used to being the golden child, like, you feel me, or the person that could do certain things, the smart kid. So now I wanted to kind of not live to impress people with my skills. I wanted to live for me so I could be happy doing the things that I love. So I had to have an internal, conversation with myself, like, yo, what makes you happy? Oh, you like doing these things. Okay, well, how can you do these things to have fun and also to make money? Because you don't want your presence to just be shared and overshared and for you to be overexposed and not get anything from it. So what are you doing, to better yourself and to get to the next level? I don't know. I think that's something I battle with, because it's like, sometimes as a creator, just like we talked about, if you doing so much and you're not seeing anything from it, you might question your ability. But it's like, damn, if I give up today and tomorrow, that was supposed to be the turning point, how am I feel? And one of the biggest things I feel like I deal with and I battle with more so is, if I don't do this, somebody else is gonna, that's been watching me, that has seen what I accomplished, that knows how to finish what I started, can just pick up where I left off and just get further than me. And I, as a creator and as a creative, I just don't want to lose that battle. I want to be the first to do what I set my mind on to doing, or at least be a part of the process to somebody else's vision, because I feel like if I don't finish it and I don't accomplish it, I ain't shit. You feel me?
Yeah. So, as far as something I would say to that, to wrap up, is just set goals that you would feel accomplished on. You would like set goals that when you like achieve it, you feel accomplished.
And get used to making smaller goals. I feel like we plan so far ahead that we don't champion the small wins. Like, for example, if you get that job that you wanted, that you get to make more money, champion that, because that extra money could go towards the camera that you always wanted to buy, could go towards the plane ticket to go to that place you wanted to visit. So it's like, it's not always like work, or just, celebrating the big wins. It's like, celebrate the small stuff. Like, I don't know, man. I'm very grateful that like I said, one of my biggest blessings is I've never been hospitalized. Both of my parents are still alive. You feel me? None of my siblings are in jail or addicted to hardcore drugs and shit like that. So there's a lot of things that I cherish. When I look around, I'm like, yo, we blessed, bro. Like, we just gotta make what we doing make sense. But other than that, life is okay. I'm not gonna say great, but life is okay.
Life is good.
Life is life.
Life is life.
But yeah, man, this felt good, man. This felt like therapy, dog.
Good episode. Yeah, man, we get to talk here because you're usually on your phone, but.
No, you know what I miss though? No homo. I miss our late night conversations. I miss but it's like you go to sleep early now, and I'm getting off work at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning.
I think those are the best times that the parts where we vent to each other be the funniest shit about my day for sure.
Nah, G shit. Because we make fun of each other's situation, which is hilarious.
I know we about to leave, bro. But to this day, one of the funniest stories is like when he was working at that old restaurant.
Yeah.
And you said dude kept ordering chips and Sprite for like 3 hours.
I wanted to punch that nigga in his face, bro. That's the thing with men, right? To wrap up. Men, whenever we take women out, we always trying to be cute. Fam, you know you like steak. Order a steak. Niggas be steady trying to order chips and salsa and a salad, and it's like, fam, you know you don't eat that shit. You know you a burger nigga. Order a burger. You know what I mean? It's just, we get around women, it's like our whole philosophy of life changed. Like all of a sudden, you like fucking kale smoothie, nigga? No, you don't. Eat the fried shrimp like you do at Hooks every fucking day. Fuck out of here.
And on that note, where do you go?
Anyway, thanks for watching, supporting, listening, streaming. Yeah, man, tap in with the YouTube. Gary works really hard on these videos for y'all to not fuck with it. You feel me? I get offended when y'all don't go watch the YouTube videos because I know the amount of time this nigga will call me when something goes wrong. And for that not to happen, make it worth his time, please.
Thank you, please.
But yeah, man, another week. We're going to keep working on our craft, our content.
Yeah, man, road to 100.
Yeah, road to 100. That's 78. We got about 22 more to go. Exactly. And I don't know, man. We might have to do a live show to bang out the 100.
Hey, man. I had to talk to you about that. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying, like, hey, man, where's the next live show? So I think it's almost about that time.
Yeah. And plus, my birthday coming up. Hey. Yeah, man.
Shit, but I go by the name of Gary, a.k.a. In Gary Dress, a.k.a. Don't tell a lie on me, and I won't tell the truth about you.
Okay. All right. I go by the name of Cheech, a.k.a. Value the good people around you, a.k.a. Put more emphasis on communication, a.k.a. Yeah, man. Like, treat each other with kindness, man. It's tough out here. Life is hard for a lot of people. You don't know what niggas is going through. Mental health is real. Yeah, man, just treat each other with respect and we should be good.
Shit, man. We'll catch y'all in the next episode. We'll try to get a guest on you. You know, motherfuckers keep canceling. But
yeah,
hey,
shit.
We're only human.
So. All right, man. Peace.